Welcome to the first of many video recaps of the podcast Adventures of the Sword Coast. In this video recap, we will handle every single chapter and make it more clear in a fast-paced way of what happened per chapter. Let's start with chapter 1, The Ambush. Our journey begins in the bustling city of Neverwinter, where our adventurers, Daimos the Trickster and Cephion, are hired by the dwarf Gundren Rockseeker. Their mission? To escort a wagon loaded with supplies to the quaint town of Phandalin. Gundren, along with the warrior Sildar Hullwinter, ventures ahead to attend to business, while our heroes stick on the task of ensuring the safe delivery of the cargo. As they set out on the high road south towards Phandalin, fate intervenes, and they cross paths with Azarea Nerikirel, who eagerly accepts their offer of a ride to Phandalin. Unfortunately, when they head into the Tribord trail leading to Phandalin, they stumble upon a grim scene of two dead horses, recognizable as belongings to Sildar and Gundren. Among the wreckage, they find an empty map case, a troubling sign of foul play. Before they can fully process this discovery, they are ambushed by a group of goblins. Through skillful combat, they emerge victorious, but their adventure has only just begun. Driven by curiosity and desire to uncover the truth, our heroes discover a hidden path leading to the Kragma hideout, a nest of foul goblins. The small path was full of traps, but the group quite easily overcome these treacherous traps. And when they arrive at the cave, they are able to fight off two goblins outside of the cave entrance before they are able to sound the alarm. Daimos disguises himself as a goblin and ventures into the cave alone to scout ahead. Inside the cave, immediately on his right, he finds a chamber with three wolves chained to a pillar. Yet Daimos' clever disguise keeps them at bay. Venturing deeper into the treacherous depths of the Kragma hideout, Daimos takes on the role of a solitary scout, slipping past the shadows while his companions wait outside. As he navigates the labyrinthine tunnels, he stumbles upon a scene of intrigue, a bridge looming overhead. Pressing on with caution, Daimos peers around the corner and discovers a cavernous chamber, half submerged in the depth of two expansive pools of water. A narrow waterfall cascades from the eastern wall, feeding the pools that are held at bay by low fieldstone dams. The echoing roar of the waterfalls fills the cavern, masking any sound of approach. Returning to his comrades with newfound knowledge, Daimos recounts his findings, prompting a strategic discussion on how to proceed. Together, they formulate a plan to infiltrate the cave, ready to confront whatever dangers lurk within its murky depths. As they venture into the cave, Azarea's gentle demeanor proves effective in coaching the wolves to allow her passage, leading her to discover a small passage ascending upward. With determination, she attempts to squeeze through, eager to explore further. Meanwhile, Cephion and Daimos stealthily navigate the cavern, aiming to slip beneath the bridge unnoticed. Daimos manages to glide beneath without a sound, but Cephion's ill-timed curse alerts the goblin sentry above. With a cry of alarm, the goblin rushes to warn its companions, triggering a cascade of events. In frantic scramble, Cephion is swept away by the sudden rush of floodwater created by the goblins that were near the pools of water, and forcibly eject Cephion from the cave's confines. Daimos, however, manages to cling to the underside of the bridge, his grip unyielding against the torrential current. Separated by fate's cruel hand, our heroes find themselves in dire straits, their unity shattered by the force of nature's wrath. Yet, even as they face the tumultuous chaos, the flicker of hope remains, guiding them through the darkness towards a glimmer of salvation. As chaos erupts within the cavern, Azarea finds herself face to face with a formidable bugbear, its menacing presence filling the chamber with dread. With the alarm raised by Daimos and Cephion's unfortunate encounter, the goblins and the bugbear immediately launch into attack, their savage assault echoing through the cavernous depths. Azarea, undeterred by the looming threat, engages the bugbear in combat, landing blows with fierce determination before retreating back down a narrow passage, seeking an escape route from the escalating conflict. Meanwhile, Daimos finds himself besieged by a horde of goblins atop the bridge, locked in a desperate struggle for survival, as blows are exchanged and blood is spilled. The outcome hangs in the balance, with each moment fraught with peril. Seizing the opportunity, Azarea returns to the chamber with the wolves in tow, unleashing them upon their foes as they bound deeper into the caves, following the winding river's path. Outside the cave's entrance, Azarea and Sephion reunite, their breath ragged and hearts racing as they exchange tales of the chaos within. Fueled by anger and determination, Sephion storms towards the narrow passage inside the caves, and his voice thundering with defiance as he challenges the bugbear. Yet, as Sephion ascends the treacherous path, the bugbear remains unmoved, its imposing figure unmoved by his threats. Unyielding in this resolve, Sephion presses on, his determination unwavering as he confronts the looming menace lurking above. As Sephion storms into the chamber, a fierce battle erupts, the clash of steel ringing out as he faces off against the menacing bugbear and its goblin cohorts. Meanwhile, on the bridge, Deimos fights valiantly against the horde of goblins, his skill with the blade matched only by Azarea's ferocity as she joins the fray. Together, they fend off their assailants, their determination unyielding as they push forward into uncharted territory. As they enter a darkened cave hallway, laughter and cursing echo in the distance, drawing them closer to an unexpected discovery. Entering a goblin den, they spy Sildar bound and guarded by a goblin leader. With quick thinking, Deimos assumes the disguise of a goblin once more, engaging in a cunning ruse to deceive the goblin leader, Ymik. Learning of the bugbear's true leadership, Deimos convinces Ymik to accompany him to deliver Sildar to their supposed leader, the bugbear. And when they start heading towards the bugbear leader, Deimos signals Azarea to hide, and Azarea heads back towards the bridge and climbs down to hang from it. Then as Deimos, Ymik, and Sildar begin to cross the bridge, Azarea springs into action, and she reaches out to grab Ymik's foot. But he proves too quick, spotting her before she can intervene. With the alarm raised, the goblins mobilize, their shouts filling the cavern as they rush towards the bridge. Sensing the imminent danger, Azarea, Deimos, and Sildar abandon their precarious position and fleeing towards the cave's exit with haste. And as they make their escape, adrenaline coursing through their veins, they know that their journey is far from over. With danger lurking around every corner, they must remain vigilant. Their courage and unity, their greatest weapons against the perils that await them in the dark depths of the cave while they make their escape. Meanwhile, Sephion stands victorious amidst the carnage, his strength and resolve unwavering. He delivers the final blow to the goblins, the wolf bat and the fearsome bugbear. And with his dying breath, the bugbear reveals crucial information. Gundren, the dwarf, has been taken to Crackmaw Castle, along with his belongings. However, the bugbear withholds the castle's location, leaving Sephion with more questions than answers. Undeterred, Sephion severs the bugbear's head and takes his place atop the corpses, awaiting the arrival of more goblins. Yet to his surprise, the cavern remains eerily silent, because all the other goblins are hurrying after his fleeing comrades. Azarea, Deimos, and Sildar manages to escape from the caves, and Ymik goes back into the caves to report to the bugbear leader. But when Ymik discovers Sephion sitting upon the slain bugbear, he is overcome with joy and gratitude. Seeing an opportunity for power, Ymik expresses his gratitude to Sephion, admitting his long-held desire to overthrow the bugbear and become the new leader of the hideout. In exchange for helping Ymik to power, Sephion demands safe passage out of the hideout and a promise that Ymik and the goblins will not harm them. Reluctantly, but seeing no other choice, Ymik agrees to Sephion's terms. Once outside the hideout, Sephion makes a pact with Ymik, promising to return one day to claim a favor for his assistance in seizing power. With their newfound alliance secured, Azarea, Deimos, and Sephion rescue Sildar from the clutches of the goblins. Gathering together, they share the information gleaned from the bugbear, reaffirming their commitment to continue their journey to Phandalin, now with Sildar by their side. And so, as the first chapter of their adventure comes to a close, our heroes stand united, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead as they press on towards Phandalin. Their bonds of friendship and newfound alliances guiding them through the trials to come.